This is Andy Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Bozy Ennis here in San Francisco. Bozy, firstly, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. First time we're speaking, and you've got an exciting prodigy on your hands, Mr. Andy Cruz. And walk me through what it was like when he first came to you and trying to help him adjust from that unbelievable amateur style which brought him so much success into the professional ranks.
Well, when Andy first came to me, I told him when his people had contacted me, I told him, send Andy down here so I could take a look at him. So I took a look at him, you know what I mean, and I said, yeah, I can work with him, you know what I mean. He came in and we started working on things, and most of the things that we was working on, I was working on defense, like catching. He had good offense, and also most of the time his defense was his movement. It was hard for them guys to hit him. Now I got him sitting down, catching shots with his hands, you know what I mean? And a lot of times he don't have to move so much. And then I had him sitting down with his punching power, because people say he can't punch. Andy can punch, but he just got to sit down and know how to place them. So that's what we've been working on.
He went straight into a 10-round in his professional debut.
Yeah.
What did you take away from that as a team?
Well, what I took away from that, he did a beautiful job. You know what I mean? You coming right out the amateurs and fighting a 10 round, that's never ever heard of. Only Lomachenko. You know what I mean? So that's never heard of. And then he was just asking me about going 10 rounds. I said, but remember this is what we do in the gym. If he fighting 10 rounds, I'll make him box 12 rounds. But remember this, it's 4 minutes a round that we do. So that's why you didn't see him. He wasn't winded at all. He wasn't tired at all, you know.
Is it on his mind to try and get that stoppage victory heading into Saturday night?
Oh yes, yeah. That's what we looking for. You know what I mean?
You know, Giovanni Straffon's a very heavy-handed fighter himself. He's very aggressive. His opponent, Giovanni Straffon, on Saturday night, we know he's aggressive. Do you think that leaves him open mode? Do you think there's weaknesses there which Andy Cruz will exploit?
He's going to exploit him, yeah. If he coming to him, we've been working on a lot of different things, man. You're going to see a different, every time you see Andy, you're going to see a different type Andy. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of expectation eventually he'll hit world honours, he'll become a world champion. How far off do you feel that is? How do you see his career progressing?
Like I was just telling him, the end of next year, something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think he can be right there.
One man who he's had his back and forth with, or certainly Keyshawn Davis has called him out quite a lot. What do you make of their budding rivalry now, Andy Cruz and Keyshawn Davis?
Well, see, that goes back when the amateurs don't between them two. So that's between them two, with him and Keyshawn. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know, man. You know what I mean?
Do you think we will see them cross paths at some point in the program?
Eventually, that's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Obviously, just onto your son Boots. We recently saw him elevated to the IBF full titleist. Some people kind of questioning why he accepted that. People wanted to see him maybe fight for the world honours instead. Obviously, Terence was stripped. IBF kind of placed it upon him. Just get your thoughts on any criticisms on that front.
Well, that's the one of the people that don't know nothing about boxing. We've been trying to fight Terence for a long time. We was trying to fight Spence for a long. Boots been mandatory for 2 years, man. So we had to put the petition in so to try to make these guys fight Boots. You know what I mean? And we put the petition in. You know what I mean? And then next thing I know, after he beat Spence, he says now he's not fighting Boots. So that's not our fault. With the belt, they had to get a belt up, but we'd rather fight for the belt. I kept on telling people, y'all guys don't know shit about boxing, man. You know what I mean? You talking about, we happy and glad. No, you don't see us rejoicing for that belt now. We not rejoicing. We wanted to fight for the belt. You know what I mean? So, like I said, the people that's running their mouth and saying this and that, they don't know nothing about boxing, man. You know what I mean? How you gonna blame us? And we wanted to fight for the title. You know what I mean?
We know there's obviously a lot of talk on the Terence front of him having his rematch with Errol Spence next year, but away from that, do you feel like he's avoided a fight with your son?
Well, see, I understand Terence too, though. Terence trying to get that money fights, and then I think Terence is going to get on out the game. That's what I think. He's trying to get the best fights. I don't down him for that. I don't fault him for that. You know what I mean? You know.
When you look at your son, Mem, who do you think will be the fight which is really kind of, not the establishing fight, because we all know he's one of the best fighters in the world, but the fight which really he gets his recognition for as a world-class fighter, i.e. a Crawford or a Spence, whoever it may be, who do you think that name will be for him?
Well, in the 147s? Yeah. Only thing I can see now is Stanionis. You got Stanionis, you got Thurman, right? And you got, I guess, Barrios up there now, too. Yeah, I think. Yeah, and well, who else? That's right there, the top guys. You know what I mean? All I want to say to you is that we just want to clean the 147s out. Once we do that, we going up. We moving up.
With that in mind, one name from the UK and a man who's called out your son, Conor Benn. What have you made of that?
Conor Benn is not even ranked in the top 15. That's nothing. You know what I mean? That's I just got finished telling him. He's not in the top 15. He ranked number 19, man. And what good is us fighting him? He don't have nothing. What does he have? He don't have nothing. And he's known over in the UK. Nobody really in the Philly. They don't know him. They don't know him. They don't know him like that.
You mentioned Keith Thurman as well, Bozy. Devin Haney and Bill have called out Keith for a potential fight up at 147. What are your thoughts on that? And do you think if they were to step up to 147, a potential fight there between Devin and Boots at some point?
I mean, you never know. It might take place. It might take place. I mean, if they do, I mean, we accommodate. You know what I mean? Yeah, but Devin is a good fighter. You know what I mean? Good fighter. But I think he's not in Boots' league.
What would happen if he was to share the ring then with your son?
What happened?
If they shared the ring, what would happen? Yeah. Devin and Boots.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't beat Boots. He can't beat Boots. No, he wouldn't beat Boots. It'd probably be a good little fight because Devin is a good boxer, good technician, and everything, but nah.
Final one from me. That main event on Saturday night, Devin Haney and Haney-Prograis. What are your thoughts, please, Bozy?
Well, matter of fact, I like both of them, man. But I like Devin because Devin is a beautiful boxer, man, and he's a good boxer. He's not a move. He counters good. He does a lot of stuff, man. He does a lot of good stuff. And what you call him, Progress. He's a fighter. He's a good fighter, man. And he can punch and he's strong. So, may the best man win. You know what I mean?
Bozy, I appreciate your time. I know the team's left you, so thank you.
Yeah, anytime.